That was an interesting thing that we just overheard. Oh, okay. Let's just get off the horse. Hey, who was talking? Training begins.
Go away! Said go away, boy! Do you not speak the King's English?
Hello.
Oh, I didn't see you there, old man. I'd have set my home in order if I'd known you'd be calling.
The boy's name is Connor. He's here to restore the property.
Restore? Restore? Pardon my manners. She's still the fastest in the Atlantic. Sure, she needs some attention. Minor things mostly, but with a little affection, she'll fly again.
Who is she?
Who is she? Why, the Aquila boy, the ghost of the North Seas.
The boat.
A boat? She's a ship, boy, and make no mistake about it. I thought you brought him here to restore order. I reckon he's the greenest thing on the frontier.
Connor, meet me back at the manor when you've finished here.
You said it requires repairs. You able?
She does need work. A ship is a she, boy. And yes, I can refit her, but I'm lacking in the proper supplies. Some quality timber would help me get started.
I can see to that. How long before she is able to sail again?
Just get me the lumber, boy. I'll raise a crew.
We need another wine bottle there. Maybe some brandy. That's gonna be fun to do. Robert Faulkner, born 1715. Robert Faulkner is probably the most storied members of the Assassin's Navy, though he was never formally named to a position above first mate. Robert Faulkner was the fourth generation of his family to be a seaman. I'm glad I didn't say that aloud. But the first... Sean, why you gotta make it dirty? But first in his family to be recruited to work for the Assassins. He started off in the Royal Navy, but finding his career stalled, partially due to his inability to purchase commissions. He left to work for the United Company of Merchants. In 1753, Faulkner disappeared from the historical records, presumed dead. That's because he joined the Assassins, a first mate of the flagship, the Aquila. Faulkner was much sought after as a mariner. Recruiting him was quite a coup for the Brotherhood. He had a reputation for having a disciplined crew and an almost uncanny knack for avoiding trouble, not to mention predicting the weather. Whether through years of experience or some other more mysterious ability, because I totally believe in those, Faulkner would know when a storm or calm patch of sea was coming, and could use it to his advantage. Imagine that, a natural weatherman who could accurately predict the weather. The world would never see his like again. Faulkner served on board the Aquila till it was nearly destroyed in 1768, always deferring when asked to become the captain. He never gave his reason why. However, his love for the ship was quite touching. He had it towed to its location near Boston, despite doubts that it would ever be seaworthy again. Faulkner could have gone back to sea aboard another ship, but didn't. He stayed close to the ever-deteriorating Aquila and took to drinking, which is where Connor found him. Did we have... Oh. We have more recent entries, I think. Oh, not recent. Just down there. Oh, the Aquila. The Aquila, don't let appearance deceive you. You're looking at the former flagship of the Assassin's Navy. If perhaps a little past its prime. The Aquila was built in France, 1749, in the city of Brest. Stop it. You're the one that made the seaman joke. The design was incredibly innovative for its time. The ship was light, fast, and could carry a surprising amount of artillery for its size. It would be decades before there were schooners that could match the Aquila's speed. Of course, there were some disadvantages to the design, namely that the ship handling was very touchy and required an experienced crew. That meant the Aquila was underutilized until the Assassins hired someone who would be able to... I lost track because I thought I heard my phone Able to use the ship to its full potential. Robert Faulkner. 1754, the Aquila followed Templar ship into a storm and was lost with all hands aboard, so we wanted the Templars to think. In reality, it sustained only minor damage, was refitted, and became the assassin's secret weapon, staying out of major harbors, using its speed and element of surprise to harass ships on the Templar business. The Aquila took on a mythical quality. It was whispered about in the ports along the eastern seaboard, board as the coast of the North Seas, a pirate vessel crewed by ghosts that could appear and disappear into sudden fog. This reputation was due both to Faulkner's uncommon skill and the superstitious natures of most sailors who loved a ghost story and all wanted to marry a mermaid. Eventually, the Templars caught on to what had happened, but it did take them more than a decade. They weren't the sharpest tools, let's say, in a box full of spoons. Yeah, I like that because I do that as well. Where instead of saying like the sharpest tool in the shed, I'm like, that's not the yeah, it's not the lightest bulb in the shed. I like combining those ones as well. In 1768, the ship was caught in a trap by 3 British frigates. The Aquila was able to limp away from the bow, but ran aground in shallow water. The British left it for lost. Robert Faulkner survived the battle and had the ship towed back to a private bay near Boston, where it and Faulkner slowly deteriorated. That is until Connor found them both. Okay. You know, there was one individual we have not read about, but we probably should. Well, we are at it. Because we still have a lot that we need to catch up on. Yeah, we only have Achilles left for individuals, so... Achilles Davenport, born 1710. You may not think it to look at him. Look at him how? Did you mean it right now? No. Oh no. But this man was once the mentor of the powerful branch of the Assassins, the Colonial Brotherhood. Achilles' life before he was an assassin isn't well documented. It seems that most of the records were destroyed when the Templars nearly wiped out the order in 1763. From what I do have, Achilles was recruited in mid-1730s and became a mentor in 1746. He had a gift for both recruitment and organization, so before long was head of a crew of assassins that spanned the colonies and much of the frontier. Achilles strengthened the ties between order and nations of the Iroquois Confederacy, particularly the Kanien'kehá:ka, though as far as the records show, Connor is the first Native American to actually become an assassin. Boop. Boop, boop, boop. Let's just leave. Okay, how far? Do we need to go all the way back to the manor? Yep. Is my horse still there? No, my horse took off. I don't think I have horse whistle. To bait, throw money, snares, no. Fine. I'll just go. Go my merry way. Running through the woods, no big deal. Keeping an eye out for some rabbits. Actually, it's probably a bear. It's probably the second one's a bear, since it's like, you need to kill a bear with a hidden blade. Which means I have to find a bear at some point or another. And probably jump down on him. It's so nice. It's nice playing a game that's in snow while we're having... they're calling it a heat wave, although it's not supposed to get too hot in Victoria. It's just hot for this area, and it's... What is it? It's above 8 degrees Fahrenheit on my thermostat, which is for some reason in Fahrenheit and not Celsius. Which annoys me. So it's hot in here, despite having, like, the window open, the porch door open, fan on. Ugh.
There you are. I've something to show you. Come, take a look.
What is it?
A ledger. It lets us manage the homestead's dealings.
Oh, we're really going back to Assassin's Creed 2.
That was years ago. Before the slow fever, before the Templars, before everything collapsed. But that's all in the past. Better we focus on what's in front of us. Take up the ledger, and I'll teach you how it all works.
Stockpile allows you to purchase items from homesteaders and display the items you currently own. Press enter to enter stockpile. Coffrey and Terry have oak lumbers available for purchase. Press... just one? I purchased one. The stockpile now contains oak lumber. Select training? There you go. Trading. Oak logs can be sold to merchants through the convoys. Ooh, this is complicated. Okay. Carefully monitor timers and taxes. They will vary depending on the selected merchants. Tax of 30%? Holy crap, okay. Sure. Sure. Send convoy, press, yep. We're teaching him the way of colonialism, apparently. Sequence 5. Training begins. Full synchronization, even though I don't think there was any way not to. Ugh. Why is it so hot in here? 6 months later.
Time passed quickly after that. My days a blur of study, training, and work. What little free time Achilles allowed me was spent learning about the Templars, about Charles Lee and my father. I longed to confront them, to put an end to their schemes, to ensure my people would remain untroubled and free. But I knew it was too soon. That to approach them now would see me killed. All my work would be for nothing. Patience, restraint. These proved the most difficult subjects for me. But in time I mastered them as well. Days became months. Months became years.
Stupid Gauls.
And as my skills and knowledge grew, so too did I.
Okay. Anything new on the map? Apparently we have a game. Cool. I hope if I actually have this on the thing a bit. Oh, we can interact with conversations now. Okay, first of all, we got more messages at... Oh, not what I wanted. Leave Animus, because we got more stuff out here now. Got stuff, we get to talk to people. Hey Dad, I'll talk to you last.
Sorry, Desmond. Little busy right now. Let's talk later.
Fine. Anything?
Clock's ticking, Desmond.
Fine.
Come on, son, we've got work to do.
Shush. Maybe Sean wants to talk to me. Probably not, but we can try. Hey Sean.
I'm working right now. All the visual clues are here, which means no time for chit-chat, okay? Sorry.
Fine, I'm just gonna go check my emails. You guys don't want to talk to me. Boop. Yep. Interact. Stop hiding behind it. Received messages. I think? Which ones are the new ones? Oh, down here. Disappointed. William Miles, disappointed. Sent November 8, 2012, 241. In case you haven't noticed, we're knee-deep in shit here. I understand that might not be your idea of a good time. It isn't anyone's idea of a good time. Picking fights isn't going to get our work finished any faster, so I suggest you stick to the mission. Sooner we're through the door, the sooner we can get back to our lives, or in your case, the lack of one. I think we read that already. Sean is really getting on my nerves. He would stop being such a douche. Maybe thinks it's funny. Yeah, I read that. So I remember that one. William's not the most... Yeah, we read that. I don't know, maybe. Showing up is new, though, so William's not the most difficult kind of man, I'll give you that, but he cares about you very much. When you were under... During the whole bit with 16, he never left your side, even slept in the same when we put down for the night. This is from Sean. Anyway, don't mean to be a busybody, just didn't want you to stay sore with him. Not too sore anyway, the man means well, he gets guts and odd way of showing it. Sean, new database entries. Just a quick heads up that I pushed in a new batch of entries focused on the Kanien'kehá:ka in order to ensure accuracy. I actually turned to a friend on the outside. Don't worry, he thinks it's for a presentation, so we're in no danger of being discovered. You'll find a new section under the database labeled Surprise Surprise Kanien'kehá:ka. It has information on their political and social structures as well as some notes about the material culture. I was thinking about that during one of the readings, is the fact that Sean's focus in history is definitely going to be a bias here. Like, you can clearly see in this one his British bias and his knowledge of British history affecting his knowledge of American history. So I was always wondering about that. Because that's gonna be the same. That's gonna be the same with me. I'm gonna approach these from Canadian historical information or British historical information. I don't know the American perspective, so I was thinking about that on some of the notes. From Sean. Connor's PCB unit. Interesting. The spear used by Connor during his spirit journey is clearly for civilization in origin. It appears to function as some sort of temporal calculator. It's essentially a crystal ball, but one that actually works. This can't be coincidental, which begs the question, are there others out there? That. Hello. Yeah. It works. I should hardly be surprised electrical impulses move from one pathway to another. You call them networks. Our word for them was more akin to the road. It is yet difficult to project a thought from one medium to another, yet it works, it works, it works, it works. I don't know. I don't know binary. Sean Hastings, Hatham's Blade. I've been doing some digging on Hatham's Blade. Still not 100% sure where they came from. My initial instinct was he started as an assassin. I believe his father was one at 5, but it appears he was a Templar for pretty early on. Maybe he took them from someone. It happened before. They're quite handy. I'm surprised more Templars haven't put them to use. Pretty easy to build a pair if you don't know what you're doing. If you know what you're doing. Improvements. I found a way to better control the impulses to formulate a thought and transmit it to add a sense of structure, a sense of order. You fear order. Your kind, the gentle hand, tends the flock. It is a kindness, not a cruelty. I wonder, will you ever understand? Your enemies do in their own way. But they share your base heritage. Their concept is flawed. They are not worthy. You have all proved unworthy of our gifts. Okay. Sure. Mission reply. Nothing there. I guess we're not going to be able to read other people's emails. I don't think so. We don't get to read other people's emails anymore. That sucks. Alright, shouldn't find that. Like, it sucks, but it's always interesting to see what they were saying amongst each other, that they didn't want Desmond to hear. I guess I need someone to send me the email first. With all the passwords. I'm always reading someone's email that we're not supposed to. Let's go see what this interactive conversation is. Maybe we'll run into the frontier for a bit. And see if we can find one of those hunting quests. Because why not? Oh, probably should have gone and grabbed a horse. Unless there's a horse in here. Nope. Just a little shade. It's all nice and green now. I like the fact that we're seeing obvious seasonal changes. It's really cool. It's not something I particularly wanted in the other games, but it's definitely interesting. Oh, you guys are just beavers. That's okay, beavers. You're gonna go almost extinct anyways. Wait, was beavers? I know otters almost went extinct. And then I think wolves also did. A lot of animals almost went extinct, and still some are on the verge of extinction. Fur trade, yay. There you go. Oh. Hello. Oof.
You must be Connor.
Afternoon, lad.
We've been raring to finally meet you. My name's
There he
Catherine,
is.
and this is Diana. We're the wives of those two blockheads who cut trees.
Nice to meet you. We've heard so much of you from the boys. Glad to finally put a face to the name.
The pleasure is mine.
We were just discussing how nice this bit of territory is, on a river with nobody upstream. I won't lie, Godfrey's letter had me a little worried, but now that we're here and settled, I must say I'm rather happy.
They had us on this plot north of Champlain that was a tangle of rock and bramble. Ugh, horrible place. It's a real treat to be able to walk up the hill and take in the ocean.
Okay, so it is saltwater.
Your husbands must keep you busy.
Nothing we can't handle, Connor. The boys think they run the show, but the real bosses are right in front of you.
I do not doubt it.
Cool. Any more? Nope. Let's run down to the frontier. Just out of curiosity's sake. New trophy unlocked? Not there, at least. I have 20 assassinations. I honestly wonder how many of those are maps, or animals. Boston, forts, collectibles, delivery quest. Hunting, challenges, yeah, I want to go do this. Just so we can get rid of some of this inventory. Not doing too bad. Still 2 more animals in this area. Which hopefully we'll stumble across eventually. Of course, the carpenter's house is really nice. Well, I don't know why he needs such a big house. Unless, well, I guess we're only seeing one NPC even though he looked like he was alone. Maybe just preparing in case he does get a family.